The description of this video is pretty much what it says. Like, I'm just completely disgusted and discouraged beyond all belief of doing business with African American people. I am so tired of being abused, and I'm tired of not saying anything because they believe that I'm on YouTube, so I can't, I don't want to destroy my business, and but I am so beyond hurt of the things that has been happening to me from dealing with African American people, and I am so tired of pretending that y'all are the nicest, bestest people on the planet.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, yes, the beautiful Xodus house. It was built as a business to be a halfway house by an American Jamaican woman by the name of Renae X. But in a long 2-hour outburst, she made it clear that her services at the Xodus house is no longer going to be available to African Americans. That's correct, boys and girls. I'm not making this up. She is flat out going to refuse anybody who is an African American to take up refuge in her house, the Xodus house in Tanzania. So why has it come to this? What are the events which has led up to now to her making this decision to ban all African Americans from her house, the Xodus house? Well, we're going to see in today's video, but first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'm also going to ask you to please follow the new OVVERSIGHT YouTube channel. The link is in the description. So first of all, who is Renae X? Renae X is a Jamaican American woman who moved to Tanzania a year ago. She got a house, she refurbished it, and I've got to admit, this house looks absolutely beautiful. It's this and also her seemingly peaceful demeanor and her absolute blind loyalty to her Christian faith that has drawn people towards her from the African Repat community, to be more specific, from the United States of America. She has a beautiful 5-year-old daughter, and she has been living in paradise over the last 12 months. She wanted to reach out to those people who were having problems coming over to Tanzania, to those people who wanted to come over to somebody that they knew. They didn't want to just travel alone all the way to Tanzania and not have somebody that they trusted, somebody that they could confide in, somebody that would help them to build a life on the continent in the beautiful country of Tanzania. So she built the Repat house, Xodus house, which is a place for those people from the diaspora who want to come to Africa, but first of all need that little bit of a gap. They need a little bit of help once they get to the continent. In steps Renae, offering her beautiful house just on the beach. It's a beautiful thing for a person to do in the first place, but clearly she wasn't doing it for nothing. If you haven't learned by now, most of these YouTubers don't do anything for nothing. Unfortunately, Renae seemed to have a problem with a particular group of people. Yes, the whole African American ethnicity. This is rather strange. Apparently, they are all the same. So I'll allow her to tell you what happened. Listen to this.
And honestly, I am at the point where I don't even want to do the Xodus house anymore, because I am through with putting my best out and giving my best to people who have nothing and who come to me for help. And all I'm getting is abuse in return. Like the latest incident is just like one of the most horrible things I've gone through. These people are either doing the work of the devil, but I wrote down 6 incidents here, right? And the reason why I felt it's necessary to do this video is because a lot of people have been leaving nasty comments because they just show up at the Xodus house. They want me to help them. They want to call all hours of the night, 9, 10 o'clock at night, no appointment, no nothing. They don't know nothing about my life, right? It's been very hard to be in Africa by myself with a kid. It's been very hard. I know I make it look easy, and I know that house came together like magic, but it was not magic. There were no elves. There was nobody holding my hand through the process. I didn't come home at night to no man who said, baby, it's gonna be okay. But at this point in time, I don't see why I did all of this work for it to only take me to a place where I'm disgusted. Like maybe the house is too much for me. Like I just came and I have this thing and they should have had it, or I don't know what it is. Woman came and said that she wanted to be the house mother. I didn't ask her any questions. She wasn't the best cleaner, didn't know how to do the laundry, none of that. And I still put my energy behind her. I gave an apartment to live. From the time she met me, she has needed for nothing.
And guys, I need to be honest with you. She goes on and on and on. She literally wrote down a list of all the things that everybody has done bad to her, and she explains it in this long rant. But the reason I'm not going to go through this list with you is because there is absolutely no excuse for what she said earlier in this video. So there you have it. This is the reason why she is now flat out refusing to serve any more African Americans at her halfway house. But I don't think everything is as it seems. I think that there is something going on inside her head. And I'm going to show you the reasons why I believe that she is not being totally honest with us. You see, I think that Renae X is struggling with her own problems. This is the reason why I did this live last night and I started speaking about mental health and why it's so prevalent in the African repat community. It seems so strange that you have a person here who would flat out blame a whole ethnicity of people on the problems that she's been having. So let's break this down. Why is she doing this? Why is she blaming all African Americans? We all know that it's not all African Americans. We all know that, well, some of the people that are actually even supporting her are saying, hey, it's not all African Americans. She didn't mean that. But you heard what she just said herself. It came out of her mouth. Why is it she's doing this? Well, there's a number of reasons why she's doing this. First of all, I need you to see this. There is a YouTube channel that I watch and it's called The Body Language Guy. And this guy is great. He really teaches you how to read body language. And this guy told me one thing which I always remembered. When you see a person who's doing a live video, you need to watch the first frame and then you need to pause it and take a look at that picture. Take a look at the picture of the very first frame. Why? Because that is the face of that person, the real face, not the mask that they're about to put on. Especially if this person is a sociopath or a narcissist, you will see in their eyes and in their face who they truly are and what they truly think by their facial expression in that split second just after they've turned on their camera. So I want you to take a look at this woman's face in the first frame of her video. Wow. And this is the face just before she puts on the mask, and you can see that she is definitely up to something. She is ready. She's going in for the fight. This is a big contrast from the woman who's crying in the video a few minutes later. And that's not all. There is another woman who stayed at her house, at the Xodus house, and she went on a video with our very own Go Black to Africa. She had an interview with him whilst he was in Tanzania, and the interview went very well. However, there was a problem, one big problem. She did not mention the Xodus house. She didn't tell Go Black to Africa about the Xodus house. Now, when she got back to the Xodus house, After that very interview, Renae X exploded on her with absolute fits of rage. Renae X apparently was absolutely inconsolable from the fact that she did not take advantage of this golden opportunity to get some exposure for her Exodus house, to go back to Africa's audience. I also read some of the comments of people who had actually stayed at the Exodus house. One of the comments was quite disturbing. It went like this: and most YouTubers support and promote each other, not the diaspora community, even though many people do donations and support them. But everyone will be judged by all the evil things we do in this life. I truly believe that this is definitely the case.
Hey guys and girls, today I want to give my thoughts on Exodus house in Tanzania. A lady, Renae. I've been following her. Exodus house can be important. A lot of people wants to go to Africa. However, they don't want to go alone. I believe that this is an important part. You have someone that is there for when you come. They can guide you. They can show you the way. They can really assist you.
Almost as if these YouTubers are supporting one another willy-nilly. They don't care. They're not doing any due diligence. They don't care about the person. All they care about is getting a little bit more exposure for themselves so they can grow their own channel. So they are promoting one another, and this is the way it works for them. You don't see me jumping on everybody else's lives trying to get my face on everybody's screen. It's better for me to keep my integrity and be able to talk about whoever I want, whenever I want, because we all have problems. And people talk about me all the time. I have plenty of videos that are getting made about me every single day. I don't mind. Go ahead, knock yourselves out. But one thing you can tell from me, having other people coming on my YouTube channel and I'm not promoting their services unless I know 100% for sure that these people have some truthfulness and have some integrity and have some honesty. They may not support the repack community, but I definitely support the repack community. Those people come first as far as I'm concerned. This woman has openly said on her YouTube channel that African Americans are doing the work of the devil. You heard it for yourself. I don't have to repeat that, but I said it. If you have a person who's openly saying those types of things, how much can you trust that person? And how much can you trust the person who promoted that type of person? Who would want to go and live in a house with that type of person? Even if you are not an African American, who would want to go and stay with a person like that? So guys, I'm going to bring this video to an end. For now, guys, if I was you, please be very careful with whose service you are taking. There are people out there that act as if they are there for you, but the reality is they are there for the money that you have in your pocket. Because once you fly halfway around the world and you land in Dar es Salaam and there is nobody else there, and she knows that there's nobody else there for you, she will have you like this in her tight grip, and there is nothing you're going to be able to do. You're going to be in a very bad situation. So if I was you, please be extremely careful and don't trust what everybody says. Do your due diligence, do your research and find out for yourself. So guys, that's all I got time for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.